What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you guys are new here, hit that subscription button down below. If you find some value in today's video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Shows me you like today's video. And with that said, today I'm going to be answering 5 of the questions that I probably see the most in Facebook groups, on my YouTube, in the comment section, or just people reaching out to me personally, like on my Instagram or privately through Facebook. So I thought I could take these questions. I know a lot of you probably are looking for answers to these, and you probably are wondering about these as well as like the other people that are asking them. So with that said, again, I'm going to be walking through 5 of the most common questions, and with that said, let's get right into it. So the first question that I get a lot is, should I buy a phone flipping course? And so I'm not saying this to plug anything like my course or anything like that, because I'm not the only one out there. But with that said, to be totally honest with you guys, for me, I started about a little bit over a year ago, and I never bought a course. I mean, I didn't even know that there was courses about phone flipping. Now there's a bunch of us in here, I'd say 3 or 4 that have an actual course. And with that said, like, I never took one, so don't like think that I had invested in one and just taken that information and put it in my own course. So if you guys don't know, I do have my own course. But with that said, I kind of created it to basically mitigate anybody from getting scammed, and that's basically the main reason. I see so many people that just get into this industry, even though there's a tons of free videos out there. And you guys, let me tell you, like, you don't need a course to be successful in this. But with that said, if you are a beginner and you want to get to a point where you're have a couple extra $1,000s a month, like, a course is probably perfect for you, because one, it'll help you like not get scammed. Because for me, I created my course based around every single scam in the industry. So I teach you every single way how to avoid those, especially avoiding eBay scams, iCloud lock scams, like phones being reported lost or stolen. Like, those are the kind of the basic ones, but there's a bunch in there that I kind of teach about. And I know a lot of other guys have a bunch of good courses out there as well. But for me, I'm the youngest in the industry. I have the most fresh perspective, so that's kind of one of the things I give in my course. But again, you really don't need to invest. But if you want to take a longer road where you're learning from your mistakes, but you might be losing a couple hundred or potentially a couple $1,000s getting scammed on the back end, maybe you want to think about investing in a course for yourself. So again, I'm not here to plug anything for you guys, but again, if you are interested in it, I'll link it down below for anybody that might want to just check it out. With that said, if you want to get to that point faster, I'd recommend taking it. But if you want a longer journey, but you might learn a little bit more just of your own tactics, I'd recommend not investing in one. The second question is probably, I'd say it's probably even asked more than the first one, but it's, how much does it take to start phone flipping? If you guys have watched my live streams, you've watched probably 2-3 of my videos. I pretty much talk about it in some sort of way in almost every single video, but I know a lot of you are new here. They're going to be watching this video. So how much does it take to start? The simplest answer is, all it takes to start is the value of your first phone. So hopefully that's appraised at the right price, where you're able to appraise it on eBay prices, on local prices, or wherever you're going to be selling it. All it takes is your price of your first phone. You can buy an iPhone 6 for $100, and that's kind of your gateway into the phone flipping industry. Or it could be an XS Max for $800, which probably isn't the smartest move if you haven't touched iPhones in the way that we do, like kind of our business. It's probably not the smart move, because you potentially could get scammed, and I mean, you could lose a lot of money, and that's probably not going to make you want to get out there and buy another phone. That's not motivating at all, right? Losing $800. But with that said, I mean, it really just depends on what you want to buy as your first phone. I'd recommend the older models like the SE, 6, maybe 7 or 7 Plus, and then start tapping into the newer phones. Once you get more comfortable, learn how to do meetups the right way, get them quickly, and pretty much know how to cover any scam that could potentially happen at a meetup. So the next one is a 2-parter. It's, where do you sell finance phones, and can I sell them locally? So kind of same question, but a lot of people always come to me saying like, I bought this phone locally, where can I sell it? OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Actually, none of them. So if you're going to end up buying a finance phone, like, going to that meetup that it's finance, you should never resell it locally. And you can if you really wanted to, but to be honest, who the heck is going to buy a finance phone, right? So pretty much we're the only people in the industry that are potentially going to buy those phones. Nobody wants a finance phone as their personal phone, because it's going to get blacklisted, right? So you should never try to sell a finance phone locally. If you get it super dirt cheap, you could potentially sell it locally and have one of us, like just somebody that does phone flipping, go ahead and buy that. But to be honest, if you go ahead and sell it on eBay, Mercari, or to a private buyer, you're going to get a lot higher, almost double, or probably an extra 100 or 200 bucks selling it to that platform than selling it to basically one of us, because we're trying to make another margin on that as well. So there's definitely a higher price where we're going to sell that phone. So I'd never recommend selling a finance phone locally. If you're going to do it, I recommend either to like a personal or private buyer, which you can find in pretty much any phone flipping group. People advertise pretty well for it. You could sell it on eBay. And you can sell it on Mercari as well. So that's kind of the 3 places I'd recommend. The 4th question I get, and probably will apply to pretty much every single one of you, is how do I get more leads? And so I could talk about this for probably 3 hours in the different strategies that I've used or am using right now. But to give you kind of the like the best answer in the shortest amount of time, it's all about tapping into other platforms. So if you are tapping into OfferUp and you're not having success, tap into Craigslist. If you're tapping into Craigslist and OfferUp, not working, tap into Letgo. If those aren't working for you, tap into Facebook Marketplace. If those aren't working, tap into Facebook paid advertising. I'm telling you, every single person that I know that is decently successful in this industry has been to a point where they've either got blocked on a certain platform, it wasn't working for them. So how did they become successful? They tapped into other platforms. I know a lot of people that get super creative with it. I know people that put signs in schools, people that put signs in like low-income neighborhoods. You know, like those signs that say I pay cash for homes. They just do I pay cash for phones, and they put their phone number on there. I forgot the specific name for it, but you can get really creative with it. I mean, you could put ads in the local newspaper if you really wanted to. You could put it in a clubhouse or your local YMCA, like a bulletin board. I mean, there's 1,000 things you can kind of do with it, but I mean, the basics that most people go with are either OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Letgo. There's some other ones if you guys haven't checked out a video or 2 videos ago. I talk about which is the best platform to sell on as a reseller in 2019, so I go check out that, where I talk about a couple more apps. But I mean, just if you're having trouble getting leads, everybody else that is decently successful at this is to a point where they're trying something new. If it's working for them, it's working. So take a grain of salt with that said. I mean, try what they're doing. A lot of this is just repetitive nature. I know a lot of people that wanted to do Facebook advertising, so I tried it. Got pretty good at it. I got really good at it, to be honest, with my Facebook ads and optimizing. And then I created a course out of it because I wanted to kind of spread the value there as well. And a ton of people are having success with it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just do what's working for other people. You might have to shift a few things here or there, but that's pretty much it. So again, just tap into things that haven't been tapped into before, or just repeat the cycle. And the last question I'm gonna answer for you guys is, how long does it take for me to sell a phone? And to be honest, in the past, when I was just starting, it would probably take me anywhere between, I'd say, 3 days and maybe 2 weeks, especially when on the local side, I didn't know how to take great pictures. I didn't know anything about marketing or appealing ad copy or anything like that. So my phones took a little bit of a long time, but it's as easy as getting really good at ad copy to where your phones could sell super quickly, to a point where now almost every single phone I ship out within the same day, or I sell it the same day, or within, I guess, 3 days locally. Sometimes locally, obviously, it would take a little bit longer. But now that I have multiple private buyers, I sell on Mercari, I sell locally. I know where I'm going to sell that phone for originally. Like before I even buy the phone, I bought it at a great price, knowing what I could sell it based on the platform I'm going to sell it. And that way, my inventory turns over so quickly. And I always preach that you need to be turning this money over as quick as possible. So definitely practice those things of finding buyers, knowing like exact prices that they're going to be selling for that isn't too aggressive. I always recommend you sell it right below average. You might take a little bit of a less profit, maybe 10, 20 bucks. With that said, you're getting the money back in your account quicker, and then you can go buy more phones, and you'll make way more money doing that than having that money sitting on an actual phone just in your living room or your bedroom or something like that. And so that's just kind of how I've done it. That's how I've kind of shortened my times in terms of keeping that inventory moving as quickly as possible and just having that turnaround super quick in today's market. So with that said, that's pretty much all I have for you today, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, hit that subscription button down below. I'd appreciate the support so much. With that said, I'll catch you tomorrow in the next video.